What's up, Raider Nation? Welcome to your hotspot. It's late on a Saturday night, so we thought you needed something special. And here we are. Thought I'd keep it simple this time. Me and Boy Black. Western would be here, but he's under the weather. So, unfortunately, we're going to have to wait to get the universe's predictions about who the quarterback's going to be. So, in the meantime, why don't we argue about it a little bit more? Let's figure it out. What's up to my boy Raider Ryan? Shout out, Patreon member, all-time great YouTube supporter, fan person, and just a great Raider fan, right? So, we're going to have a discussion, nation. We're going to have a discussion about the quarterbacks that aren't first and second. Because I think there's more to this quarterback draft and class than has been given credit for, or two, or something. We got to have a conversation about Will Howard. We have a conversation about Jackson Dart. We have to have a conversation about Dylan Gabriel. And what better place to do it than with a quarterback? Black, the quarterback. Black, how you feeling tonight?
Oh, shucks. It's always a pleasure to talk Raider. This is like, I know y'all heard the many stories like the late, great Kobe Bryant used to call the great thought leaders in whatever he was trying to get himself into at 12, 3 o'clock. It don't matter the time. So this is kind of like one of those things. We popping up at 10 o'clock. It's not your typical, drama, what happened video. This is for those that really want to understand the nuances of the game other than making emotional takes and not having it based on reality. So shout out to those that's popped up. Raider Ryan and who's this popped up?
EC every single. So
we appreciate y'all for hacking in.
That's right. And as people show up, everybody is greatly appreciated. And like you said, yeah, if you trying to get some real, that's what we're going to do here. There's lots of places you can go to get hyped up about this or that. Most of it that won't come to fruition. Remember when we were going to have a head coach named Ben Johnson? Yeah. Okay. So just, it's fun. You're all jazzed up, right? Or we could spend some time talking about real shit because there's some stuff we don't exactly know yet.
Yeah, but 1 second, though. Let's not just glide right past the Ben Johnson thing because, man, all them content creators, they was all on his nutsack.
They were.
You know what I'm saying? Going crazy, like, and then all of a sudden everybody got quiet, and now we want to start talking about something else. Like we wasn't all just we gonna get Ben Johnson. Like,
well, all is a strong word, because I think there were certain content creators that from the beginning had questions and had him ranked 10th out of the head coaching search. Yeah, 10th.
I didn't know why everybody was saying it. Because remember, I was like, what's so great about this guy? Like, I was oblivious to who he was, right? And then everybody kept saying he was this great this and great
He ran
that.
a play
And I
where both
started paying attention. And then
where
everybody
somebody
started, and then it went from he wasn't even like going to consider the Raiders to we was the number one contender. And I was like, how did that happen? But then we started firing our GM and all kind of weird stuff. And everybody was pretty sure. And I just was like, okay, well, I'm I'm just sitting in the back of the bus for this ride, but I'm right here by the lever just in case I need to throw myself out the back of the bus because sometimes a lot of y'all don't be knowing where y'all be going with y'all takes. So I did fall off the bus and landed with y'all, and y'all was saying Pete Carroll for the longest time, and I didn't see it. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, I wasn't really paying attention like that. But you guys are right. It was Pete Carroll.
yeah,
That was a long shot for me.
yeah. Word on the street is that we never offered Ben Johnson a contract, and may never have actually intended to. We may actually have learned how to play the media. What? Would the Raiders manipulate the media?
If they did, well,
Who would have been the competition for Pete Carroll? Chicago Bears? Hmm. Yeah. He was actually
I don't know.
on that list. Yep. And did you see who they made their head coach? What if both parties, between Ben Johnson and the Raiders, benefited from that situation? One of them getting the coach they wanted without so much competition, the other getting paid a bunch to go where they wanted to go in the first place.
I almost think that Pete Carroll wouldn't have came back for just any team.
Not
So
any team, but Chicago Bears,
I don't think he would have came back for them.
Caleb Williams.
Nah, because it's not the quarterback the reason why he came back because we ain't even got one.
True, unless you count Tom Brady.
Yeah, but he ain't throwing no balls on Sunday. So I think he came in because it had to be a special situation that got his blood boiling. And this is like we were talking. I'm trying to think who was saying this. Like when you take the Raiders job and you bring them from the ashes, that's a little different. That hits
Right.
differently.
Yeah, it hits
Like
differently. That's what I was
it's
saying.
all the way around differently. Yeah, and God for in this case, his win-win is this: he can go to the playoffs. That's a win, right? He can even take us from 4-13 to 8-9. That's a semi-win. So if we go to the Super Bowl and win, oh my God, like, come on. Like he'll be like the Phil Jackson. Phil Jackson.
They'll never want to
You
get
know
rid
what I'm
of him,
saying?
bro.
So
He won a Super Bowl.
with that, in like 3 years, man, you gotta have Jesus Christ as the offensive coordinator, the Holy Ghost as the D coordinator. Come on, man.
He's gonna go down. See, it hits different because, like, when you win as a Raiders coach, you know you did it on your own. There's no the refs helped you get here or there. No, they didn't help you. They tried to destroy you, right? Like you have to beat all the odds. You know what I'm saying? It's like playing that which version of Shinobi is that? Like it's like impossible to beat this. Somebody in the chat gotta know this. There's a Shinobi game. I'm trying to remember the name of it, but basically, you got no chance of beating
I
that
think
game.
you was like second.
People did it for 10 years and don't beat that game. But if you if you do beat it, though. Right? It's worth more. So our Super Bowls count for two. Just saying. Just saying.
Man, we didn't even gotta win the Super Bowl. We showed up. It'd be
Yeah, getting there and then being cheated is actually like half of it.
ah! That's how usually that play out, huh? Getting there and getting cheated.
Having somebody drug our center or allegedly.
Right. How that happen?
Having a head coach get paid off to throw the game, allegedly. Alleged by Jerry Rice, but whatever. It says EC says a Super Bowl win with the Raiders makes Pete a first ballot Hall of Fame coach. I think he's already that. But yeah, you're right. It puts him in this conversation where you start talking about him with Reed and Walsh and Madden, and you know what I mean. So yeah, he has something to gain here for sure. They also called him old, so he's like, hold my beer then. You know? Raider Ryan got the came on out. I didn't see you at the spot down there at the laundry room. I hope I didn't overlook you. But I'm glad you had a good time at the stadium. I get that the Raider fan stuff, you were having a hard time finding them because they seem to be kind of everywhere. But I don't know. I have bias. You can't get in touristy areas where it's all tourists. And so you won't see as many Raider fans. So I wonder where you were, how that shook down. Tell us more. Tell us more, right? Or I could drop a link if you feel like coming in and chatting. So it's all on you, bro. See, he's a Patreon, so he can just come on anytime he wants and chop it up with us. Kind of the privilege that he gets for being a super fan and a member. Thank you, Ryan. So, yeah, I think it's gonna be different if we turn this thing around. You know, when the Cubs won the World Series after all that time, you can't tell me that wasn't different, because it was. I wasn't even a Cubs fan. I was happy for the motherfuckers, dude. I was happy for the Red Sox. That's how bad it was. People, that's a long time. And the generation of no winning. You know what I mean? We're starting to get there. Some of these young fans, we were talking about this the other day. They haven't like felt us win. So we need to win some games. If you want to win games, though, what's the most important thing or position on the field, my friend? Sam, what would you say? I think if you're talking about the most important position to win.
What was the question? My bad.
Most important position on the field if you want to win games.
Quarterback.
So let's start with quarterbacks. I said we needed to have the conversation, and so we will. How good is the next group of quarterbacks? The Will Howard, the Jackson Dart, the Dylan Gabriels. What do they have to offer? And, is it something that we need to kind of pay attention to as far as another option? I've seen, there are people who like Mason Graham a whole lot. What if he's there? There are people who like Will Johnson, corner from Michigan, a ton. What if he's there? What if, a certain corner / wide receiver from Colorado happens to be there and ready to be hunted, what then? I mean, I heard people say they want to pick a running back named Genty there because he's generational. Do I see that? No. But there are those who do. Do we go there and then get one of these other guys? What's up, Pizzle? If you want the link, Pizzle, let me know. I'll drop it in for you. You can come on in. So, who are those guys, right? And what's the drop off, or is there a drop off? Now, I did some preliminary kind of analysis stuff, right? And later on we'll get to some stuff on the salary cap, which I think is important. Maybe we'll get a chance to do a mock draft. Who knows? But let's start with the shortest. Shout out to my A Train if he's gonna watch it later. But what about Dylan Gabriel, guys? I mean, he seems to be something to consider. Let's just kind of look at plays when we talk about it. Okay? I mean, you look at the tape, and he's got a lot of throws that display arm talent, accuracy, reading the defense, processing pre-snap, being deadly accurate once again, right? He shows more mobility and speed than I think I anticipated. That was a throw where his feet were not even on the ground. So, his ability to then sometimes run away from defenders, like on this play.
Why you didn't tell me he was left-handed?
Oh, is that a thing that you wanted to?
Yeah, you were supposed to say that first.
He's definitely left-handed. I forgot. You're one of the, yeah, okay. The lefty crew stick together. So,
no, I'm just saying that like when you observe quarterbacks, that's like,
yes, you're right.
If that's there, that's like the first thing you say.
You're right. I buried the lead. He is left-handed. We have a history with that. Just saying.
Yeah.
And yeah, he's got this Steve Youngy thing happening because of it. But it's it's working. There are a couple different incidents where plays like this, where he shows the ability to avoid tacklers, and then he also shows the ability to make some pretty plus throws. He's good on the move. He seems to know where everyone's going to be, and the offense he runs is obviously the Oregon offense, which has developed some, but it still has a lot to do with what Chip Kelly designed. You add in the fact that our head coach has already dealt with and won with a quarterback of similar height and stature and skill set. Escapability can be a big deal, right? So I think there is something to consider when you talk about Dylan Gabriel versus some of the other options. If you can get him later and get someone else at the top of the draft that fills another hole or creates another advantage, actually, is it something we should consider? How much better is Cam or Shador than this? Are they really better? Because that's an accurate piss missile. And
You know what I'm not seeing
What's that?
though? Throwing from one hash to the other side of the field.
I will tell you that I did witness some of that on tape. I wouldn't say from one hash, but middle of the field to hash. Yes, saw that. Um,
And then
like
also
there.
I'm not seeing a lot of in the middle passes. Like,
Oh,
and you probably won't see a bunch of them, but I don't see none. Like
there's some.
as he throw one across the
Yeah,
middle.
he'll do it sometimes. Yeah.
But that's just a slant though. I'm talking about like a
Deep
deep
ends, right?
end.
This
Yeah.
is the thing that you get when you have the 5'10" and a half, 5'11" quarterback, right? It's like sometimes you are just kind of lacking that deep middle stuff. But when you have quarterbacks that are a little bit taller, it doesn't tend to be as big of an issue. Right? A second. So besides the stuff over the middle, is there anything else that you saw from Dylan Gabriel you wanted to comment on?
Yeah. I like his composure in the pocket. I like his ability to move around.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't have to run, but he runs when necessary. Just based on what I've seen there, I would go watch him play in a game so I can see what his temperament is like and to see how he handles adversity. But as far as just having a skill set to play the quarterback position, I mean, being that your knock is that you're sub 6 foot, you can obviously see the skills there. Now the question is it first round skill? Probably not, right? And that's my problem with a lot of these quarterbacks is a lot of them is not, they're not already projected a first round quarterback. It's rare that you see a quarterback when the draft starts and then be like, well, that's a 2 or a 3, and then by the time it's time to draft, he's a number 1. You know, and even if one does sneak in like that, it's not a rash of them. Like it's not like 3 of them. It's not like 3 quarterbacks like that. You start off, oh, they're projected second, third round, and then all of a sudden you're trying to bump them up to the first round because the top 2 guys, they're questionable, but they're not questionable to me, but they're questionable because we've seen a lot richer quarterback drafts. I mean
Mm-hmm.
pools. So it's kind of weird year for quarterbacks, but I also think this is a good year to get a quarterback on a budget. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Because you don't know really any of these quarterbacks could really just bubble though. That's the thing. Like any of these quarterbacks can bubble. Cam should bubble. Shador should bubble, but any of these guys that in the second and third round, ideally you want to get a quarterback there. You know what I'm saying? You want to get a quarterback in the second and third round where you ain't got to break the bank to get him, and then you can see him mature into a franchise quarterback, and then give him the bag, not give him the bag first and hope he can fill the shoes, and then you hold on to him longer than you really want to because you already invested in
Mm-hmm.
him.
Yeah. Well, the thing about, like you said, you know, looking at these quarterbacks who, could creep into the first round is that you got the extra pick for Devontae. And, we could go from second to significantly higher, somewhere in the bottom to middle half of the first round, just with that third. Or we could package 2 thirds together and maybe, get yourself up into the bottom of the first round without, necessarily giving up the second, right? Um, so, it's interesting, I think, right? Um, Kind of trying to see what's what out of that. Right? Let's see what we got over here. So let us take a look at one Jackson Dart. I think Jackson is another one of those guys. We gotta take a look at it. Um, let's just look at the highlights and we'll talk about it after. So, preliminary assessment on him was that like he has a lot of good stuff on his tape. Um, he's kind of good at everything. You know? There's nothing that jumps out that it's like, oh, he's poor at this thing. Does he? I think the arm strength stuff that's been said is a little overrated. I don't think that his arm is as strong as people make it out to be. Um, I think it's good. I don't think it's great. I think he's pretty athletic, not super. He's tough. He makes good throws. He shows some anticipation on tape. Um, not as much as like maybe I think Dylan Gabriel, right? But his arm's a little bit stronger, right, than Dylan Gabriel. Um, and he does have the ability to make some really nice plays, right? Um, I like to say, and it's no like slight to him, but he's like a poor man's Derek Carr when Derek Carr came out. I think Carr had stronger arms, more athletic, but the way that he climbs the pocket, the kind of throws he makes, I think he's a good knowledge of the offense, like Carr did, right? Um, so there's a lot I think positive about what he does. My only thing is like I feel like when you're a really good quarterback, like a great quarterback potentially, there's something that you do just a lot better than everybody else. Rather than that you're just kind of good at everything and it's okay. Um, you know what I mean? Or am I tripping, Black?
Yeah, that's cool. I don't know about the Derek Carr, poor man, but I could see that. I don't I don't know. Derek Carr references is kind of weird because whenever you think he's one way, then he shows another way. So
Yeah, I'm definitely referring to the pre uh, 2016 car, like the college prospect.
yeah, see, and then even that, I
The
don't.
college prospect more. Yeah. Um, EC said Gabriel started 2 seasons at UCF, 2 at OU, and last year at Oregon. That's true. Thank you, Mr. Everett. Um, he is not a 1 year starter. And Nix was there last year, sure, but that's explained why. That is why we love EC. Um, he said, and this is referring to Gabriel. J Dog says he's good, but I don't like his size. I don't know about in the NFL. That's the question.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
definitely looks more athletic and faster than Derek Carr. Derek Carr never really been a quarterback that really run.
he's on Jackson Dart. Yeah,
Huh?
yeah, Jackson Dart. I think that Carr actually was probably faster, but like
Who was
less
that we just watched?
Jackson Dart.
That was Jackson Dart.
Yeah,
How tall is he?
6'2".
Oh, that guy we just watched was 6'2"?
Yeah.
All right, hold on.
Yeah, 6'2", about 220. What did he measure at Senior Bowl?
You
He had a
think he's
Senior Bowl.
lower than Derek Carr?
Yeah, Derek Carr was like a 4.65 out of college. I don't know if he's running a 4.6
I
anything.
ain't never seen Derek Carr run like I just saw that dude run.
He looked faster than he would. Listen, that's
No.
college, man. Look at his actual gait, boy. He's not
Derek Carr ain't
actually.
even look like that in college running that fast.
Listen, I'm just telling you what he ran at the combine.
At what combine? This year?
No, the car at the NFL combine. He ran like a 4.65.
car ain't
think
never
Jackson
ran no
Dart's running that.
4.6 nothing.
Huh?
4.6.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
He said no.
all right though.
He said he ain't run no 4.6.
So 6'2", 225.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you got a little wiggle to him and stuff. You know what I mean? So that's
So who
cool.
he play for? Jackson Dart play for Ole Miss.
He did.
I thought I just saw the nigga in the Oregon uniform.
Nope, that was Dylan Gabriel. We already moved
So that
on.
was Dylan Gabriel, the first person we watched.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Oh yeah. Sorry, we went through two different quarterbacks. Sorry. Yeah.
That's why I was like, that dude was 6'2", moving like that.
No, the first dude. Yeah, no. Dylan Gabriel was like 5'11".
Yeah,
5'10".
no, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, okay. All
Yeah.
right.
Those are the
So I need to see
two.
Jackson Dart.
Yeah. So Jackson Dart was one of the guys who has been thought of as a riser. Okay. Um, he's in a conversation for the first round, just like a Dylan Gabriel or somebody. I mean, you had people talking about he jumped Shador at one point.
They said I need to study my quarterbacks. I'm months behind. Like, I mean, I could go study all these quarterbacks in 2 days. Like, y'all
Right.
act like these quarterbacks is that dope. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real. I'll study Shador. I looked at Cam, then the top two. I don't never study no second and third round quarterbacks. That's what y'all doing now. But to be fair, because you're right, I should study them. To be fair, though, I should study the top 5 drafted quarterbacks. You know what I mean? I can see that. That's fair. That I project are the top 5 quarterbacks.
We'll get to that. We haven't got
So
through free agency, guys.
I feel like I got some time too to do it because everybody got their opinions out there. I'm gonna come late to the party, but I'm gonna give y'all the truth because once I didn't let y'all get the sensationalization out of it, then I'll tell you what's real. Because the first guy that was Dylan Gabriel, that's his name.
Yeah,
he was cool. He just his height gonna be an issue. That's all.
Pizzle makes a point. The only way I can describe the taller quarterback is he's looking down on the field versus smaller quarterback looking up. Yeah. I don't know if anybody's ever read the book Ender's Game.
How tall is old boy from Arizona? He say he's 6 feet, huh?
Oh, you from Oregon?
Nah, yeah. for Arizona, the Cardinals.
Oh, Kyler
Murray. How tall is he?
He's like 5'10" or something. Yeah, 5'11". About up the same height as Gabriel.
So he like Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's draftable.
Yeah. It's some people, like Pizzle was saying, don't like that though. You know what I'm saying? Because it limits stuff a little bit.
Probably most teams wouldn't like it. I wouldn't like it either. But, he has to be super special.
It's true. So we'll see. We will see how that comes out, right? He says Dylan Gabriel's arm is not as strong as Kyler. That's a knock on him. Height and arm strength. He's smart, throws in anticipation, is pretty accurate, but he isn't going to laser deep out or into tight windows. This is true. Absolutely.
That boy said Derek Carr be running scared. He do be running scared.
Y'all need to leave Carr alone, man. God dang.
Who are Murray?
Huh?
We talking about Gabriel?
Yeah, it's not as strong as Kyler Murray.
Oh yeah, that's not good. See, you gotta be better than the smallest man in the league if you gonna come in, or at least have the potential to be. Like, because they moved the bar down for Kyler Murray, right? Because I'm sure the knock on him was his height. Oh, he a baseball player.
Yeah,
or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So now they're gonna let Gabriel come in under the same scope. You got to be like, well, they the same height, but he's stronger than Kyler though. He's more elusive than Kyler though. He read defenses a little bit better than Kyler though.
He does.
There's got to be something.
It's the brain. It's the brain thing. It's like the idea is, what if, Drew Brees was a little more athletic?
See, Bryce Young 5'10", right? See, the thing is, Bryce Young got that it factor. Not to mention, he came up. What didn't he play in Alabama?
Yeah, he's also
see?
5'10", 110. That's the problem.
Yeah.
He's light. He need to put on some weight. If he put on some weight, then it's all good.
It's really not the height. Went number one. Yeah, see?
Yeah, you can go.
Yeah, you can go, but you better be special.
Yeah.
But see, that's the thing, though. We're not talking about him like being the top quarterback. So that already let me know, like, I mean, you could probably. That's not to say that you can't have a career similar to Bryce Young and Kyler Murray, because they ain't really did nothing yet, right? They really ain't got off the ground yet. So
not even Raider Nate.
Raider Nate was good. I want to see Jackson Dart though. Let's see Jackson Dart.
You know what I'm saying? If you want to come through, let me know. I'll put the link here. I'm just put the damn link in the chat, man. It's too many y'all over there. All right, so look. You know what this is. And then, yeah. So like Jackson, you know what I'm saying? He don't have a height problem, right? He's big enough. He's bulky enough. I just don't see nothing to make jump off the thing. You know what I mean? I just don't see the extra oomph, right? That like makes me want to, have him as the quarterback of choice. Are y'all seeing Jackson Dart right now or no? I don't think it's working.
No, but I'm trying to figure out what the hell is happening to my camera.
Uh-oh. You have to share it. So, I mean, besides alley-oops for basketball, no, I don't see a ton of stuff where it's like he's making these dominating plays, right? And it's a good throw. I ain't gonna lie, right? He makes some good throws. He's no problem putting the ball the middle of the field sometimes. There's some plays where, he puts the ball at risk, but every quarterback does that, right? I don't know. I don't know how to explain what I'm saying here, which it just feels like, you want to see a player who's going to be great, make great plays against what is lesser competition, right? There should be stuff here that is exceptional. And it's all just good. It's all good. Just,
yeah, but I'm not seeing wild throws.
Right. Like, what is the great? Even Dylan Gabriel has some wild throws already, right? In the state. There's a back shoulder. It's cool. There's just no. I haven't even really seen like a dot yet, and this is his highlight tape.
And their line is pretty good too.
Yes, it is.
Because everything he's standing up in the pocket.
He is very clean, right? So is he avoiding a sack and making it? No. I don't know.
Who these receivers keep running down the field open?
I think it's the scheme.
That's my next question. Who's the offensive coordinator?
Okay, so that's the thing. It's not like we're going to be asking for a referral. Let's put it that way. So offensive coordinator is also the head coach, and his name is Lane Kiffin. So, yeah, there's that. And let's see. We got an addition to come help us out, and it's the boy Nutty Raider Nate. What's up, man?
Yo, what's cracking, guys?
Thanks for coming through.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you for having me.
Yeah,
Man,
Raider now.
He's a Raider now.
Brother.
What you think about this whole Dylan Gabriel, Jackson Dart? Have you had a chance to look at him? Any feelings on those two?
Gabriel's little. That doesn't mean he can't be successful. I don't feel comfortable with him in a Raider uniform. It just doesn't look right. I don't know. Right. I don't know. But I'm not saying I'm totally out on him. But if he drops far enough to where it's like we're still looking and he's available, shoot it. Jackson Dart. It sounds like he's climbing up the board, and I'm not trying to draft him that high. So that's where I'm at with that. Yeah.
Got you. So, like, if you can get him for a value, then hey.
Yeah.
But now it's looking like people are overhyping him. So it's like, I can see that for sure.
Exactly.
Tony says, do you think the media and fans want to boost a quarterback every year? And is Dart the one everyone picked? Heard Dart at a big game in senior East-West game. There's the Senior Bowl, and honestly, he struggled some. I think out of all the quarterbacks that were there, Dylan Gabriel had the best performance that week. I think quarterbacks every year move up at this time, and I think that we're just paying attention more, right?
Yeah.
But this is something that is kind of common. There was a point around this time last year where the only first-round quarterbacks were thought to be Will Levis and Caleb Williams. Not Will Levis, sorry, Drake May. Drake May and Caleb Williams. So things change, right? So I think that's part of it. Let's see.
I think the media. Well, the thing about it is the reason why you have those bowl games. Those games are to get an assessment of all the top players under fire type. So what happens is if you see a player that jumps up in that situation, then of course you want to move them up the board, and plus you want to be the person that said, "Hey, I told you guys, Jackson Dart was an uppercomer. Listen to me.
Yeah.
It's always that element involved in it. But I'm like, brother, like, hey, if we can get them on a deal where we throw them in there and we don't lose nothing because we did it, I mean, like, for sure. But as far as giving the keys to the franchise, I don't want to give it to a 5'10" quarterback. I don't want to give it to a quarterback that we don't nobody really kind of know about. If we find one and fall into one, that's fine. But other than that, I'm not really trying to put the franchise on.
Hey, you guys do any research on that Louisville quarterback yet?
So that's a good thing you brought that up because EC is making that comment. You should look at Tyler Shug, Louisville. His knocks are his age. He's already 25.
Oh, okay, good shit.
He spent 2 years injured at Texas Tech. He had a COVID year, 2 years at Oregon, backing up Herbert, 6'4", 225. Interesting. This is why I love the chat, man. You guys. Perfect. Perfect for bringing that in. What did you hear about this?
I'm just hearing that they kind of dissed him on ESPN or something, and or they didn't mention him as one of the top quarterbacks, and he kind of took a shot back. I saw a couple clips of him. He has a pretty nice release. He's out there. He looks like he commands the huddle, and He looks like he's got some potential, definitely.
Nice.
Good frame. It's yeah. He's nice, bro. Well coached.
Yeah. Well, talking about a well-coached quarterback with a good frame. Pause. We have one more, and honestly, the most interesting of the three to me, and that is Will Howard. Will Howard. So size, check.
Yeah,
He's 6'5" ish, guys. Not, he's just short of a 6'4". Athleticism, check. Toughness, check. Arm strength, check. Accuracy, yep. Familiarity with the offense we run, 100%. Will Howard, what does he need to get better at? Consistency.
I'd say so. Yeah.
First year in the offense, though, but it's like it seems like he got consistent as the year went on, rather than it going back and forth. It was like not as consistent early, better as we got the year. But it's kind of what you want to see, especially first year in the offense. Did he make clutch plays? He did. Did his team win? Mm-hmm. Thoughts on Will Howard, guys?
The best person with the best insight on if Will Howard can be a Raider, I think now is our offensive coordinator, Chip Kelly. So if he thinks that that's his guy to run his offense, and I'm okay with that, I guess. But I just the value it comes back to the value thing. If it makes sense, pull the trigger.
What if by the time draft comes around, everyone's on their evaluations, and you need to get back into the bottom of the first round or top of the second to get him? What do you do then? No?
Yeah, that sounds
no, because didn't he win a national championship?
He did.
So if you're a quarterback on a national championship team and you not considered one of the top 3 quarterbacks just off top, that just tells me that your skill set ain't there. Yeah. Like, because you check these boxes, but you not considered the top quarterback, and you went to Ohio State, so you're being compared to a Miami quarterback and a Colorado quarterback. Since everybody like to conveniently say it's the strength of the conference, like, so that means Howard should just by experience alone or just the competition that he plays alone, he should be able to be in the atmosphere of these guys. So does that mean do I drop down further in the first round to get him? No. If he dropped to second round, which the Raiders got an early second round pick, that'd be a gamble doing that. But if he was there in the early in the third, then okay, I could get that. But I'm not. It's not translating to me. Like, why he isn't already up there.
He transferred. This is his first year at Ohio State from Kansas State. Yeah. So I think there's some of that, right? Sometimes it's like a pedigree thing, whatever. He looked a lot better under Chip Kelly than even he did at Kansas State. He was kind of like an athlete at Kansas State. He's really just started to kind of put together, the quarterbacking stuff, right? Which is intriguing to play that well when you're just kind of putting it together. I think there's a lot of upside, right? So
he was backed by a lot of money too. They were the most the NIL deals. They had the most NIL deals out in the whole NCAA or something like that. So he I'm not gonna say he did. Yeah, it's a tough one. Because you're right. He's a national champion. He should be considered one of the top 3, but he's not.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
Yeah, you know,
It
there's a
looked
little.
like it looked like EC says his negatives are he throws off his back foot with passes too often, and he checks down a little too quick at times.
Mm-hmm. I can see that. I think, yeah, for him, I think he's a little toesy sometimes when he's throwing, which can take away from his velocity and stuff.
But when you 6'5", you feel like you could do that.
Right. So he just needs to settle a little bit more. But every quarterback coming out of college typically needs to work on that, right? So it's like if we can get him to just kind of clean up his technique, you know, I don't think he's like too unaggressive. I attribute some of the check down stuff to the fact that it's his first year in the offense, right? First year on the team, right? So I think
see for me, I'm gonna watch more film when we get over free agency, so I can kind of have a better idea of what we're gonna go after in the draft. Because I hate getting attached to these players, watching all this film, like, oh, he's gonna be so sick as a Raider, and then I'm so mad at myself when they're not every time, bro. But yeah, that's me. But
yeah. He says EC Everett says he's a gamer. He gave me fits at K-State. Not a great passer, but has the tools. He was up and down regular season at Ohio State, but looked really sharp in the playoffs. Yeah, I think he was down at first and then up near the end, and then even better in the playoffs. And then I think, is he a great passer? Like a natural? No, but you know, here's that quarterback in Buffalo, right?
I saw. So I've only watched a few games with Will Howard. One of them, he lost to Oregon State, or not Oregon State, the Ducks against Dylan Gabriel in a shootout during the regular season.
Mm-hmm.
And then he made some good plays. He kept him in the game, but then he pretty much gave him the game at the end. So
yeah, like a fumble or something, right?
Something turnover.
Yeah, I think he got a hit and fumble or something like that.
Something silly.
And then they beat Oregon when they played them the second time.
Yeah.
And then so I mean, he's not a perfect prospect.
Yeah,
obviously.
Consistency. That's the first thing you brought up.
Right. Consistency, right? Yeah. And
If that's
what's that?
If that's true, what you say that he's not the most natural of passers, I don't like that. Then, especially if you 6'5" and you already got mechanic issues, not issues, but
When I say, does he have superior natural touch? You know what I mean? Like you see at it, like like AOC. Like honestly, like the dude has some exceptional.
You said the wrong name.
I'm just trying to listen.
You said the wrong name.
Oh my god,
bro! He said the wrong name, didn't he? You know he said the wrong name. You should not have compared him to him.
No, I'm not saying they're the same. AOC is.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let me let you finish. My bad. Go ahead.
He's a guy. He just kind of has a natural way, to like drop some really accurate freaking dimes, dude. Like exceptional kind of natural accuracy that you see AOC.
AOC has good timing. He has good anticipation with some of his throws. Mm-hmm. I do see that.
Right. He's had some dimes, guys, just honestly. And so, not everybody is like uber super accurate, right? But, I would say like Cam Ward is not exceptionally accurate, right?
Is Shador a natural thrower of the ball?
Yes, he is.
Exactly.
Yes, he is.
Shador is nice. He's. I mean, I just don't.
Cam is going to have 4 or 5 plays each game where it's just like he threw it behind the receiver, he threw it too high, he threw it too low, he airmailed it, he threw it in the dirt. and you're just gonna have to eat that.
You know what I think? I think in any other draft, Cam Ward would be a sleeper. You know what I'm saying? Like in any other draft, that would be the quarterback that people would have slept on. But this year, you can't sleep on him. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. There's not
So
enough around to distract, right? Let's see. What do guys talking about here? Yeah, this is the thing about Will Howard is that he brings a running element to it. It's not just that he's throwing the football. He's athletic and fast and strong and big enough to like have running be a part of what you do, right? So I think that opens some things up, especially for the running game. When Dirty was on here the other day, he made a great point about Justin Fields, the fact that his quarterbacking makes it easier to run the football. Is it worth it? No. Shout out to the ladies. We got Rolanda up in here. Clarissa was up in here. What's up, y'all? But yeah, man, like, is that worth it? How much of a difference does it make that?
Yeah,
he can run. You know what I mean? Like, what's your thoughts on that, Nutty?
It's value. If it's a second round pick, no, I'm good. Third or later, all right, we can wiggle something. But
what if he like shows out at the combine and goes in the second round, or like has some crazy ass pro days, and they're like, yeah, you gotta get him in the second round, or you might as well trade him first, get that extra year on his contract.
But we have to see it all play out. Free agency is important too. If we go get somebody, I won't be too mad if we wait later in the rounds to get a quarterback or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh.
Mm-hmm. So, Sheffield said, I would like Fields in a Chip Kelly offense playing point guard type player for less than $10 million per year. Point guards have to make accurate passes. So. Just don't say that from him. EC. Oh, those negatives were for sure. Sure. Not our boy, Will Howard. So there you go.
Oh, shoot.
All right. I'm going to stick with mine, which is a little toesy, right? In the pocket. Can take away from his arm strength. He just like, I think it took a little bit for things to click, right, with him in this offense. And then when it did, it seemed like he just started to progressively get better and better and better, right? He'd be making more plays. I like his attitude about how he plays the game too. So Brady,
I'm looking at his highlights right now.
Okay. I'll definitely check out Brady Cook, J-Dog. Good looking out. I know people have been talking about Brady Cook. There's a lot of quarterbacks, honestly, on here. What's up? All eyes on G is in the house. So we got some people that like I think are gonna have to be considered.
What up, G?
Cook had 2 picks in his whole college career. One was tipped. Wow. Is he just not throwing the ball into harm's way at all, or interesting? I mean, we want low interceptions, but that seems crazy. We can get him in the 5th or 6th. Why? He only has 2 picks. Why is he making it to the 6th round? That's what I want to know. You know what I mean? Yeah. Have you heard anything about this Cook kid, Black? I don't know enough about him. And I mean, a little, but not really. Just what people be like, oh, you should look at Brady Cook.
I've been kind of running backs have been popping up on my feed for a lot of the times when I'm.
He said the
watching highlights. Yeah, I don't mean to switch subjects or anything.
No. It's actually kind of part of it because we were saying, what if you get something else at 6 and use that Devontae 3rd round pick to get yourself back into the bottom of the 1st round and pick one of these guys?
Yeah.
Then
One of what guys? One of the quarterbacks available?
Yeah. There's going to be more than 2 quarterbacks in the first round, guys.
I don't know.
I hate to break it to you, but
for like 2 years though now, they've been saying this is the worst quarterback drafted class in a while. Now they're all going to be gone. Maybe, I don't know. I guess it's team needs.
What happens is they go to see him closer, and if you are willing to pick him in the second round, you might as well pick him in the bottom of the first, because it's a quarterback. Do you want to have no fifth-year option on a good quarterback?
Yeah, that 5th year is the thing,
right?
But on these shitty quarterbacks, that's just and you end up in like the Titans situation where you might get a quarterback anyway, or the Giants who just let Daniel Jones go after he just gave him a bag.
Don't give him the bag.
So many dumb decisions, though. Yeah, it's all around. We're not the only ones, guys.
Yeah, for real. Yeah, don't give them the bag if they haven't earned the bag. But you don't want to end up in the situation where you have a mediocre quarterback that costs too much for you to win, but it's too good for you to just get rid of. That would be hard.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Hey, Will, I'm looking at his highlight.
Okay.
I can see him being a second round. I can see us grabbing him in the second round, like early in the second round. That'd be decent. He make the throws. Remember I was saying from this hash to the sideline or the other hash. He make those throws pretty often too.
Listen,
he's mobile enough to not stand there like an AOC, but he kind of fall like AOC.
Talking about Will Howard.
So he might want to work on that.
Howard, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
if you want arm strength,
but the throws from hash to hash or cross hash, yeah, I like I like that. Anytime you can have a quarterback that can actually throw that pass, then that opens up your playbook a lot. And he's tall enough to stand in the pocket to go through his progression.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
So I give him a second round nod for sure. This is just my initial. You know what I'm saying? We got a little time before we draft, so I remain the right to make some adjustments. But I'm not gonna go from a second round pick to he 5th round. I'm not about to do that, but I think he looks like a solid second.
Yeah.
And picking at the 6th pick in the second round is kind of high, so that's almost like a first round. So I could.
Yeah, I think
so. It's like
I could not feel some type of way if I lost out there.
Oh, we picked 39th in the second round.
Yeah, 39th overall.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so it's like, would you give up that third to get to 28th and make sure you get him, and then give the extra year on his as a 5th-year option? You know, that's what we're talking about.
He ain't the frat. I wouldn't see. So, but then if you do that, then what you're saying is he's our franchise quarterback.
Another Derek Carr situation, the second round quarterback.
Yeah, that's what you're saying.
Okay.
If you do that,
and
no, I'm just saying if that's what you want to, if that's what you're trying to do, then do that. But I wouldn't put the franchise on him.
You know, I'm of the thought process that you take shots, because every shot you don't take is a guaranteed miss, right?
Yeah.
We ain't drafting quarterbacks.
Hell no. There's a such thing as a good shot, a great shot, and a bad shot.
Yeah.
So sometimes if you shoot too many bad shots, I'm gonna tell your ass don't shoot at all, or you ain't gonna get the chance to shoot, because, like, you can take a shot on a Will Howard, right? If you can't get nobody else too, or you don't have another plan.
If you have
you could do that. That's taking a shot. But I'm thinking we trying to take calculated risk right now.
Yeah, I think that's a calculated risk. Let him, especially got a veteran looking.
Shot is like, I'm gonna put it all on black. That's a shot. a calculated risk is I seen Black win 3 times in a row. I'm about to pick Black. That's calculated risk. Or they gonna pick red or something other than Black because 4 times in a row is probably unlikely. But unless if he's already on our board, let's say if he was on our board because Chip Kelly was like, hey, if I get him again another year and mature, then we'll probably be able to blossom him into a pretty good starting quarterback.
Is that how Chip Kelly talks?
Okay, if that's what we gonna go with. Then make sure you go get him in the second round if that's what we're doing. But then don't start no quarterback controversy in year 2 or half a year. You know what I'm saying? Don't get to doing that because the last thing we need is distractions coming up.
I mean,
we don't need we need camp to be competitive, and we don't need to be hearing nothing goofy all year long talking about we should do this or we should do that. We should be looking at what we got and how good are we going to get. That's it.
So what if we in free agency secure ourselves a starting quarterback that we're happy with for this season, whether it's Russell Wilson or Aaron Rodgers or God forbid they trade Matthew Stafford and we get our hands on him, something like that.
Nah, see, these is let's simplify it. Let's say the Raiders at 6 go get Genty, right? And then the next pick they get Will Howard, right? We riding with that. That's what we riding with.
Not going free agent?
I don't be trying to bring in Sam Darnold. Don't try to bring in none of that. Don't be trying to bring in nobody. Don't be trying to do nothing that's distractive. Don't do nothing. Don't try to bring in a 5th round quarterback. You can get a 5th round quarterback. Just don't go get one in the 3rd round. You know what I'm saying? Or don't go get one in the 4th round when we could probably fill another need. Go get one Mr. Relevant or something. It don't matter. But don't create a quarterback competition because what we gonna do is we gonna ride with Will Howard and we gonna go with Genty and we gonna see what Brock Bowers do and we gonna see what we do with the free agents that we just got and then run with that. Don't try to. Well, the best way to go about it is this, and we're gonna best way it the whole time. Well, that's gonna take 2 or 3 years just to get a roster together doing that. We trying to win now because Pete Carroll trying to win now.
Okay.
I'm looking at defensive linemen. Mason Graham. There's a couple other defensive tackles climbing up the board. There's some options. It's all what we do in free agency. Do we bring back Adam Butler? Does Adam Butler take a discount? Does Trayvon Merrick take a discount? Does Spillane take a discount? These guys got to take discounts. Pretty much.
Why would they take a discount?
To buy in a new program, I guess. They didn't win shit. They haven't been winning shit.
That's more reason not to take a discount.
Yeah, so go get paid somewhere else, and I ain't trying to pay nobody.
we gonna have to. He said, "I ain't trying to pay nobody." Hey, he kept that so real.
But this is the thing, though. Don't we have to pay our own players when they're good, or else we ain't never gonna have players?
That's the problem, Hotspot. They ain't good. We suck.
Okay, but this is the thing. Just because you're not winning doesn't mean all your players are bad.
No, you're right. It's a
lot
of it was coaching. I agree.
Yeah, like coaching, quarterbacking. The most important things, GM, coach, quarterback, all sucked. That's why we're bad. You can have the whole rest of the team be world beaters. If you're like a GM is bad. Well, if GM is bad, then the whole rest of the team is probably not world beaters. But you know what I'm saying. Leadership starts at the top. Quarterback and head coach were just below average, right? What happens if that changes, right? Then I think these other players that look to have some skill can actually make a difference rather than just kind of not basically because they're being overshadowed by how bad the rest of it is. So I don't know. Some of these players, if we don't pay them, then who will we ever pay? You know what I mean? If I'm a player on the league, I'd be like, if Max Crosby don't get a damn contract from them, they will never pay a human player ever. Like, he's a team leader, one of the best at his position, all this good stuff. He's coming up for a contract. I mean, what would a player have to do to get re-signed with the Raiders then? Like, would you even want to come here?
Yeah. It's we got to retain our own guys. I agree. It's been too long that we just fuck these guys off, and they end up on playoff teams or winning championships.
Right.
Like Nicholas Monroe, who's an old Raider linebacker that we don't have linebacker right now, and he's over there.
Well, you let him go.
Yeah, so he's contributing somewhat. So we just don't make really good decisions when it comes to retaining our own guys. And it shows lately more than ever. Mm-hmm. I agree with you guys, but I'm not trying to overpay for fucking a bunch of this loot. I want people to buy in so we can bring in some more help, because that last year wasn't enough. Dudes were falling off like flies. We didn't have enough depth, and I hope these dudes are humble enough to help out the team. I guess I don't know, but I know that's not how it works, and it's probably.
Listen, Max Crosby and maybe like a Colt Miller are going to probably renegotiate their contracts in a ways. Max has an extension, right? And then Colt Miller can renegotiate his and give some money back for some signing bonus and that sort of thing. So I think you'll see that from the team leader type players like that. Josh Jacobs gave the team a discount, so I think it's not entirely out of pocket to think that it's going to happen again, right? But it'd be nice if we took advantage of it, unlike Josh Jacobs. If you're like Robert Spillane, I think you'd rather just sign a contract here. You know what I mean? Players don't like to mess with what's working, right? They can come back to Patrick Graham, all that good stuff. They've been playing well here. You don't really want to change that. What if you go to a coaching staff and it sounds all good, but you get over there and not so much, So I think we have an advantage that if we just, go ahead and let it be known we want to bring him back and that sort of thing, get it done. So it'll be interesting how that goes.
It's the buy-in, really. It really is the buy-in. Who believes in Pete Carroll? Who wants to stay?
Mm-hmm.
Who's willing to at least negotiate? Because we got a lot of players to bring back. By the time we spend a lot of this money for like the top 5 players, even. We're still missing like 30 roster spots or something crazy.
Mm-hmm.
We need depth. We need depth, and it showed last year with all the injuries, and then like guys like Kuntz, he's coming off an injury, and we're gonna pay him. Like, that's crazy to me. Fucking Max is wanting more guarantees coming off an injury. That's it.
See, I don't understand this whole coming off an injury stuff. Everybody gets injured, right?
Definitely.
Like
every game they play injured. Some of them, they don't even report it. I know.
So like, I don't even know, man. Like, it don't affect me that a player's injured. Like, okay, what's the injury report say when we back? Like, if it say something crazy, okay, then that's different. But like, he injured now. He'll be ready for this time. That's all I care about.
Yeah, they're not the same. It's not. A lot of guys don't come running out the gate. Some guys are just fucking animals, like robots, right? But some of these dudes take a little bit of time to get going. They'll take a year off. They'll call that year coming back from injury a wash, and take that year off pretty much, and then they'll come back eventually. But it's just a waste of our time, at least.
I have a feeling that Christian Wilkins and Malcolm Kuntz are not made that way. Just from
and I've heard some good reports, but I'm so sick of these reports coming out the fucking spot, bro. Because then they'll be like, "Oh yeah, so and so is doing good." I think last year it was Brian Young's doing good this year. He's really standing out, and he's staying late, and he's coming early, and he's fucking cut by the end of the summer camp or whatever.
Yeah, I didn't hear none of that. So
for real, yeah, no, I heard it. Because I was hoping we'd cut him, but they're like, "No, he's good." I'm like, "Nah."
I heard it.
Okay,
but I didn't hear it. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's when you start to be like, Interesting. Those things don't match up.
Exactly.
Um, so I don't know, man. I do know that we have to come out of this offseason with a quarterback. You know, um, does it is necessarily the guy who's going to be it? Maybe not. You take shots and you miss, but we have to get somebody. We have to start taking these shots. We cannot just keep kicking the can down the road, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Um, I want to see a veteran that can win now, and a quarterback that has potential to be the dude in the future. Yeah, that to me is a successful quarterback offseason. Otherwise, we miss something. We can't just keep losing here. We need to win some games, and we need to have a future too, right? So, good thing Brady's here because we got some pickings to do, right? But okay, you talked earlier about Genty, right? Can you explain to me what it is about him that is so good, that is better than the other running backs in this class, and is generational? Please, somebody. I mean, maybe you know.
I don't know. Maybe this is a bad draft or something because it's not a bunch of running. Well, they say it's a bunch of running backs, but I don't know their name. So anyway, so I don't know. I seen him. He looked like he got all the skills. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So nothing jumps off the screen. He catches it. He runs well. He makes the first person miss. He got game speed. You know what I'm saying? Like breakaway
He has some
speed.
power.
Um, so he's a well-rounded back. So I don't know if he's generational. Yeah, I wouldn't go that far, but like I said, who are they comparing them to?
Reese.
That's why a lot of times what I like to do is I like to make my opinion, or if I don't know a lot about what it is, I'll just sit here and wait till all the information just flows and sift through it and then make a determination because most of these people don't really. I think a lot of people are going off with how they feel, or they got the pack mentality. They hear one person that they agree with, and they kind of be like, "Yeah, that's what it is," and run with it. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? So I just try to look and see what's up, and I see that about him. He's a solid pick. I wouldn't say he's generational, but I did hear that he liked the Cowboys though. But I'm pretty sure he gonna run hard for whoever signing his NFL check, especially if he go in the top 6
Mhm.
picks.
So you heard Cowboy stuff, huh? I this
No, well he said it himself though.
got you.
Because they asked him, because I think it was Gruden that asked him, like, if you had a team to go to, or it might not have been Gruden, but it was somebody asked him, and I was surprised he actually answered it, but he did, and he said the Cowboys. He's from there. He's always played in that environment. So it's like if somebody asked me, where would you want to play? I'd be like, I want to play at
Mhm.
Oakland. Like if I was a number, what I'm saying, a top draft pick. If they ask me, that's what I'm gonna say. But it don't matter. It probably don't matter that
Mhm.
much.
So Everett says as it shakes out, he thinks it's gonna shake out with Howard in late day 2, early day 3. Uh, instead of a high second round pick. Okay. With Dart and Shaw, McCord will go ahead of Howard. I don't think any of that's true. Sorry. We'll see. I don't see Dart, Shogu, or whoever and McCord going ahead of Howard. But hey, we can differ. Um, says money in the equation. What free agent quarterback would each of you take? Uh, said this a couple days ago. Um, I think that the most kind of cost effective situation and like player is going to be Aaron Rodgers. I don't think he's going to ask for the moon. And I think he is going to be better than last year, a year removed from an Achilles comeback. And then last year he was as good as any of the quarterbacks that are available. 28 touchdowns, 11 interceptions, 4,000 yards. So I think if we get that sort of production from the quarterback position and the defense, is healthy, there's some things that could happen, right? Nobody needs a big contract, right? We're not talking about paying any of those quarterbacks. I'm not on the Sam Darnold train, although I think he's probably not as bad as people make him out to be.
Definitely, he gets He gets a bad rap. He has a decent arm, but I think he's just a goofball. Just talk too much and yeah. Go ahead, my bad.
No, you're good. I think that's definitely a thing where there's kind of overblowing the whole Darnold is bad thing, right?
I see ghosts that one comment. Ever since then, he can't live that up. Yep.
He cannot. That's rough. You never said that as a quarterback.
What was the other question? Like, what money?
Yeah, who's the free agent?
Money? With money being involved.
Yeah, who's the free agent quarterback? Yeah.
What I pick. So, and I know the Raiders are too smart to not do this. I would probably play Russell Wilson the same kind of money I would play Gardner Minshew, and then I would keep Minshew, and then I would draft a quarterback.
Wilson's gonna get 40. I think he's gonna get 40 for sure. Yeah,
40.
He took the Steelers to the playoffs. I mean,
hell no, he didn't win it. And he played bad the last 3 games
I
of
still
the
think
season.
he's feeling himself. I don't think he's not going to take a big old max contract like he did with Denver, but he'll take 40. I'm guaranteed. Some around there, over 30.
He'll be lucky if he can get 25.
Nah,
he'll be lucky.
He's still got, bro. He's not that bad.
Yeah, no, he was almost out the league. He just played for the minimum.
He did play for the minimum
because the Broncos are just they just spend happy, bro. They got a bunch of cash over there. They ain't tripping on that.
No, the Broncos decided that they would rather go with a rookie of unknown determination who ended up being a guy from Oregon, than stay with him, and they still had to pay him.
Gravy was good with you, bro.
They paid him to go away, which is weird, right?
Exactly. They paid him to go away. That's what they did because they already felt like they maxed out with him.
They babied him, and I don't. He is a kind of a weirdo.
They gave him everything he wanted.
I don't really want Russell just because he was on that weirdo shit. He needs his own office and.
Hey, but you know who can handle
it? The team.
You know who can handle
it? But he really burned that bridge, bro. So he's
is the thing.
I mean, they forgave each other. They took pictures at a dinner one long time ago. Like,
but that don't mean
that
don't mean it's good, huh?
No, it's just they're cordial. So it's not like they want to do business again.
Not even.
Yeah.
Could absolutely be true. Pete Carroll may have forgiven, but has not forgotten.
But what's the story?
There's somebody who I won't forget or forgive, and Antonio Brown will never be on this damn team. Fuck him. All
right, so. What's the story on Matthew Stafford? Is he trying to leave, or McCoy done with him? What's his name?
I think that they're obviously already said they're moving on from Cup. I think they realize that without their absolute game wrecker in the middle of that defense, it's not the same. And he's not coming back through those doors anytime soon. So if you were letting your defense, your defense kind of has taken a step back. Your playmaking receiver Cooper Kupp is no longer coming back. His favorite quarterback tandem thing. It's the next logical step if you're going to be trying to go to rebuild, right? I mean, wouldn't you want to get something for a quarterback which you were ready to move on from rather than just get nothing? If they go to another team like maybe the Saints.
If they're blowing it up, then I guess, but that doesn't make sense to me. And I feel like this bringing. I heard they were also getting Devontae Adams.
So that's one or the other. Either they're going to say we're going back in,
yeah,
bringing Devontae, whether you're saying, you know what, let's just cash in our chips right now. You know what I mean? And go put them in the bank.
That sounds more believable because now that Aaron Rodgers is definitely out of New York, I think Devontae has no business there. So I don't know. We'll see.
I think he's going to the Niners, but
DA.
Yeah. So have fun with that, guys in the Bay. As a defensive player, you would be a fool not to want to play for Pete Carroll. That's true. And what are we talking about? This whole Mac thing? I don't know, man. It feels like if he's consider it cool. But why didn't you consider it when you went to the Chargers, man? Huh? I mean, anyway.
Bro, he could just be using us to up his price. Like they all do.
I'm gonna say this. I have a theory. I
love Mac.
Yeah, no, we love Mac. I have a theory about players as they age, especially great ones. Okay. And the theory is called the light bulb theory. If you ever seen a light bulb, when it's about to go out, it actually shines the brightest. Right? I think Khalil Mack had his light bulb year, and he's not the same. He didn't look the same last year.
He looked slow as shit. Still strong as an ox, but slow as shit.
Year before, no, that was light bulb clip right there. You know, when a player kind of has some downward movement in their productivity, and then they have like a return year of glory, the next year is just not that pretty. Ask Von Miller. So that's what kind of makes me weary about like Khalil Mack, right? I don't think. I don't know. I don't think he still has the juice. Maybe. What y'all think, Chad? Is Khalil Mack worth bringing back? If you think so, 1. If you think no, 2 in the chat. Let's see what the vote is on that. But I don't know.
What's the problem?
As much as I would love that, you said, is it worth it? It's not worth the money.
Yeah, is he asking for like $20 million, something like that?
I mean, what would you ask for if you're Khalil Mack?
I think that's the going rate right now for pass rushers.
Right.
And he's still top 6, top 7 in the top 10 at least.
Yeah. I'm like, just bring back Chason and you know what I mean?
See, if we was like one player away and we had that kind of like about 40 million in cap or 50 million or to spend on one player or something, then we probably could do it. But we need a whole bunch of holes to be filled, so we can't really. It'd be sentimental and everything, but
here's a better one. I think I heard the boy Gravy talking about this. He's I think he was on the side of taking Mack over Kuntz, meaning Kuntz wants that same contract, that same type of contract, and he could just get Mack for the same deal for already proven product. You know what I mean?
Proven what?
Khalil Mack.
Khalil Mack, not the player he was. He old.
Yeah, there's still something there though. At least he's still, like I said, we just said he's top 10 defensive end still.
No. Do I think he's top 10 anymore? No. Nope.
I name 10 better, please.
Top 10.
Defensive
Who?
end?
Who top 10?
Yeah.
Will Mack?
I can name 5 on our team.
At the pass rusher?
No.
As a pass rusher?
Yeah.
Well, just all
No, it's not. There's not 10. There's not
Not
10
right
better.
now.
defensive end.
Then Khalil
No.
Mack.
He holds down his side of the field, bro.
No.
What did he do last year? Am I tripping?
They were in the playoffs. So
No. What did he do last year?
he did okay. Held this side
Did
of the
he?
field.
Okay, that's not
Yeah.
top 10.
Remember the other day I used a list that we was talking about Max Crosby,
So I'm gonna
and,
name the top
and he
10.
was on the fringe
I'll
of the
name the
top.
10. I'll name them. You guys said name. Name.
No, I'm just
You
saying.
can't look it up.
On that
You ain't
same
looked
list.
it up. So we're
Brian
on to the next
Burns.
subject.
Brian Burns, right?
No, Brian Burns.
Micah
No.
Parsons, freaking
Parsons is just a name right now. He's not even. Keep going.
Parsons. Come on, man.
He didn't do shit either, though.
He was injured. But like,
He
come
definitely
on,
did. That's even more of a reason.
bro. Or you act like he's gonna stay injured, man. That's
Yeah. I don't trust these players after coming back from injury. Because I swear to God, every time they take a year off coming back, it's just
Trey
what it
Hendrickson.
is.
Both Bosa's, Myles Garrett. The kid from Houston is better than him. That they drafted, what's his name?
AJ.
Will Anderson.
Oh, is it, Will? Was it Will or who's AJ?
Oh, AJ. Didn't he went to Iowa or whatever? Espinoza, whatever his name is, something like that. Calling him.
No.
Obviously, Max. You know, I don't know.
Hell no, I wouldn't even say Max really better than this nigga this year,
Max
but
had
whatever.
6 sacks, and he played the whole year.
So sacks is the determining factor of the
Pressures,
success of the
whatever.
position?
He's not getting pressures like that.
No, I'm asking.
Sacks and
is
pressures. Tackles for loss, pressures, sacks, disrupting the whole play.
How many turnovers did Khalil Mack create?
Here? I don't know. 0. Shit. I didn't see him like affecting games like that at all. Maybe it's just me, but I didn't see it. The rookie from the Rams is better than Mac.
Well, remember, like I said the other day when I used that list to justify Max Crosby was in the top 5, that same PFF list got Khalil Mack at number 7.
From last year's play?
Yeah.
Is he getting a scholarship from the previous years, or?
Bro.
He had a solid year. It wasn't like he's definitely not the old Mac. You said it, but he's no scrub, bro.
I don't see a scrub. I'm just saying I don't think top 10.
He's still strong as shit. And
what do you mean?
Don't go away. That's one of the last things.
He had his highest run defense grade of the year of his career, and pass rush grade since he was in Chicago in 2020.
No, he just got unlucky on all those sacks.
Either way it goes, he's on this list, top 7. So
fine. I don't know 35-year-old dudes.
Yeah.
He's 32, so don't try to do that.
It'd be like a 1 or 2 year rental max. But
all right, so he's 32.
Ain't nobody trying to sign him for no 5 years.
Man, can we just get? You said name 10. I named 10. That's all I gotta say.
Of course you didn't.
I said to move on to the subject a long time before you started. So
I named them.
All right.
Shoot. Let's see. What's the kid? Denver.
So he has 6 sacks and 2 forced fumbles, huh?
I'm so impressed with this thing. I don't know, man. It's amazing to me that y'all were caping for Khalil Mack, but then y'all want to destroy Max Crosby. I'm saying, I'm like, what is happening right now?
You're not talking about me. Because I didn't do that.
I just want Max to shut up and play, bro. He's just on the podcast,
No, he
crying, and it's just like,
he
bro.
gotta cry to get his contract.
Not. I don't think so. I think
He do because y'all trying to trade him.
You do that shit. You do that shit behind closed doors and handle business.
I agree with that part.
You let the people know you're handling shit behind closed doors, and it is what it is, and you ignore the noise and handle business.
Yeah, but Josh Jacob did the same thing, and we still ran him through the, so.
That was it. Oh man, I know.
I'm only saying that to say that it really don't even matter how you play it out because the Raiders gonna get you one way or another.
Khalil Mack is not even top 20 in pass rush win rate. That's all.
What happened?
Khalil Mack is not top 20 in pass rush win rate.
Okay.
So
yeah,
just saying.
If I was to put Khalil Mack on my defense, he's gonna be a more disruptive force than Max Crosby.
Would you rather have Art? Max Crosby?
Y'all, Max Crosby is good, but Max Crosby is not that. Max Crosby is not about to create a turnover. He might get a sack. That's fine. Sometimes
he had 2 forced fumbles, 2 plays out of the whole season.
Right.
Like y'all act like he was over here intercepting balls left and right and causing fumbles. 2 plays.
I didn't say all that.
Dang, them 2 plays.
All I'm saying is Max Crosby ain't doing none of that.
You don't go from here to
you can say however limited it is with Khalil Mack, but Crosby ain't doing none of that.
No, he's just sacking quarterbacks and causing disruption, and that the whole offense's scheme to try to stop him. That's all.
You seen that?
On the other side, Mac on the other side of Joey Bosa is still king.
Did you see that defense? Hey, see, well, if we gonna slice it down to the finest element, I mean, okay, fine. So Max Crosby should damn near be number 2 player in the league because he played for the Raiders. That's why Myles Garrett number 1 because he played for them weak ass Browns. Like,
I think it's because he's really good, but yeah.
Nigga, when you play for the weak ass team, your number should be out of here.
It's easier to get sacks when
you get more opportunities on the field.
Like it's easier when you have a better defensive line to get sacks, not the other way around. Everybody trying to block Max. Right? You try to do that to Mac, you got Bosa. Right? That's what makes Myles Garrett special. Ain't nobody else.
When your offense, your defense is always out there.
I'd rather have Jadeveon Clowney than Khalil Mack right now. TJ Watt.
So you gonna tell me Clowney better than Khalil Mack too?
This year, yes, because age happens. They go,
they're from the same draft class.
Y'all can't make the same. Y'all, I guess making determination based on stats.
Clowney's younger.
No, look it up.
Yeah, Clowney came in a different year.
Bet.
I think Clowney was in the league before that.
I swear it's the same draft class.
So Clowney came in. He was the first overall pick. 2014.
Boom. Nate knows a little football.
This is Mac, yeah. He did. Mac was 5th then. So I don't think they're the same age though. I feel like one of them is older than the other.
Anchovies.
No, they're definitely same class. I feel like Tony came out without going through the same amount of years because he was just like hyped up.
Hey, even a broken clock is right twice a day, bro.
He said, "No, you're right. You're right for sure." But let's see. I don't know. I think Clowney seems to have aged better. He had a better year last year.
Yeah. No, he actually looks. Yeah, he looks like he's got a second win. And Max definitely looked like he's slowing down, but I I want Mac back, so fuck it.
He said, I don't care.
Yeah. He should have
You
never
trying to right
left.
or wrong,
He
huh?
should have never fucking left.
See, I knew that's what this was about.
Yep, I'm not even going front.
Now we're getting to the truth. No, I don't know, man. Like, I feel you though. He only 32. I'm over here making him 35 just because I don't like you went to the Chargers, bruh. Why you go to the Chargers? Because you came here.
Yeah.
Why'd you answer the phone when Gruden called you? I don't think you want to be here, bro. I don't
Yeah.
like that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Some funny business.
don't listen with that shit. You want to go play?
And then now he's just using this as a
leverage.
Yeah.
I don't like that shit, bro.
I'll
Playing
end
with
up-
heartstrings and fuck that name.
And yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody want to be mad at Gruden about that trade, and I feel you. But the nigga wouldn't answer his phone. When the head coach call you, you don't even pick it up. You don't call him back. You're supposed to beg this fool. You want to be here? Fine. Go play in Chicago, whatever. All them championships he won, huh?
He was mad, bro. He was mad. He felt like he should have got paid before
Carr.
And
Yeah, once a quarterback, nigga. Know your place. In
Mhm.
what world? Like, come on, be real. That's when your head is too big, bro. You play in. He's the quarterback. Yeah, he get paid first. That's like being the damn CFO and you wondering why the CEO get money. He the CEO. You gotta pay him. Like, what are you talking about? Anyway, I don't like that attitude. So I got my own feelings. That's why he 35, not 32. Make up shit. No, man. I don't know about this Mac thing though. I don't know.
Speaking of Max, y'all hear about Steve Smith Sr.?
Uh-oh. No.
Oh yeah.
What happened?
Wow.
He was macking on a Baltimore employee. Woman or something, a woman for the employee of the Baltimore Ravens, and her husband came out and exposed him for cheating with his wife with text messages and all kind of pictures, text messages and stuff I seen.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, it happened. He can't lie.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
They have him on call. They
got him on audio too?
Yeah.
Oh.
He was like, "What do you got to say for yourself?" He says, "I'm sorry."
Right, because he can't deny it because the text messages was like talking about Shine balling his wife.
Yeah. If dude was smarter, he could have got some money out of bro. I guess I don't know. Maybe I'm just fucking scared. I don't know.
Don't do that. That's a crime.
Right?
It's called extortion.
He was trying to get. It may be a crime. It's only a crime if you get caught.
Yeah.
He said, "I would never do such a thing."
Right.
Just
Me neither.
for the record. Me either. Anyway.
Yep. Next subject.
They said all eyes on G said they want a first for Stafford, and he's going to make $50 million. First, they're on crack. They're not getting a first. No one's giving them first. You don't get first for an expensive quarterback who's old. You're not getting it first. Just wait. The other teams will wait them out. That's too. Yeah, it is too steep. Damn Skippy. That's steep like Machu Picchu. We ain't doing that. It says Matt going out like Woodson. Woodson went out, the right way. Mac will probably never put on that silver black again. Maybe he can go play for like Carolina or something. Get close to it,
Hell no, go to a contender, man. Go play like for the Eagles.
I could see him going to the Eagles. I think Brandon Graham's going to retire pretty soon.
Finally, really? How is Brandon Graham still good?
Right. He's a monster, bro. He's fucking.
Man, that boy Khalil Mack could go over there and act a fool.
I know. In a rotation like that, see, that's not fair, man. You gotta start having a rotation like that, man. Where you just throwing some old dudes.
That's drafting, bro. That's what good drafting look like.
Roseman, man. MVP of the Super Bowl, as far as I'm concerned, is Howard Roseman. That dude drafted the hell of a team. He says one at the right price, huh? We got one. So we got two votes for Khalil, and then nobody voted against him. Dang. Why y'all like him? I don't get it.
One of our best draft picks in the last 40 years.
Turned his back on us, okay?
Mm-hmm. Well, Gruden was just a fucking asshole, too, so I don't know how much of it.
We ain't even met him yet.
He probably sent him some emails, and he didn't like them. I don't know.
You know what? You can like that shit all the way to Chicago. Okay. Max started 16 games, 39 tackles, 6 sacks, and 2 forced fumbles. 16 games, 6 sacks. Max Crosby, like 8 or 9 games, 6 sacks, but whatever. Yeah. So it says sign Chase on back. I don't know about Coons though. He hasn't shown enough. Because listen, to me he has, because he's doing what would be expected of a player of his caliber. He had a physical development that changed the equation for him. He grew almost 2 inches, and he put on weight. And he was already a technician. And then you go look at the tape before he got injured, and he is obliterating tackles, like dominating games. You go look at the Charger game, a lot of that is Kuntz. Like, they couldn't block him. So.
You said he had a growth spurt? Is that real?
Yeah.
What?
Dead serious. Yep. Before that season, he put on almost 2 inches of height.
I didn't know that.
Yep. It happens, man.
He looked, bro. So the first game against the Vikings this year, preseason, JJ McCarthy, the one he balled out and he fucking shredded us up.
Mm-hmm.
We had that first lineup, the defense. Kuntz didn't look that good to me, bro. I don't know. I didn't see it. He looked a little lethargic. He looked like he put on some. He did look like he definitely put on some weight, and he looked like he might have been a little uneven up top. So I don't know. I don't know if Patrick Graham asked him to do that because they wanted him to be more of a run stopper or something, but I feel like he sacrificed some speed to get a little stronger, and that's not his game. And he got hurt because of that.
I could see that. Maybe that's a possibility. There's so little to look at, and because he played so little in that game.
I watched that Viking game like three or four times, and specifically that D line, they did not look very good.
Fair enough. We'll see. I think you bring them both back. I don't, for a pass rusher, right? Unless he just completely tanks out, it's going to be a good value, right? They're hard to find, right? So I don't think it's a good idea to kind of let them go without knowing for sure what's going on, right? So you pay Mac and Pat Crosby on the back and say, wait until next year. I'm sorry. You want to pay Khalil Mack as a free agent, a guy who turned his back on the team, wouldn't answer phone calls, and played for a rival rather than us, instead of paying the guy who led the whole locker room, played his ass off through injury, and only missed games for the first time in his career this year. I think that's a bad move. That's my opinion. I don't know. This Mac nostalgia stuff is crazy. He played for us at some time. Jesus Lord. Oh man, the trauma from losing him, I think, is really. He says I could extend Max, Wilkins, and Colton, free up $25 million, then sign Chase Young and Aziz Ojulari for $22 million. This is true. There's better ways to go about spending that money that you spend on Mac. I think he's overrated for what you're gonna have to pay. But hey, maybe he'll prove me wrong next year, right? Speaking of Mac, so what is this? Jay, you have to explain that one to me. But be careful how you explain it. Mac is better than what we got. I don't think. I'd rather bring Chase on back for the value. That's all I'm saying. Calais Campbell is still playing at 39, but he did never miss a game. You know who missed games? Khalil Mack. And he's also huge, right? So, let's see. He says, I'm greedy. I want Kuntz back. All that good stuff. If you guys want to go, I'll post it in my community board, the information about Kuntz and growing. It happens, man, especially before the age of like 25.
Yeah, definitely. I believe it.
Mm-hmm.
I know a couple of people who shot up in their mid-20s that I was like, damn.
It happens. So, yeah, I'll put the article in the community board so y'all can see it after this. Let's see. Tony says Spike Tech talked about not letting great pass rushers leave the building. Right. I agree. It's like after quarterback, and arguably just as important as left tackle is pass rush, right? So you kind of just don't let them dudes leave. I mean, Myles Garrett literally was like, I do not want to play here. I want to be traded. Trade me. And they're like, no. We're not taking calls. They're going to try everything they can to keep him. You know what I mean? J-Doc said, I want one other NFL growth hormone they gave Coons. Dude, people sometimes just grow late. You don't take no growth hormone stuff, bro. Don't slander that man. Come on, bro. You know, people just grow. That shit funny though. I ain't gonna lie.
Crazy work.
He said the NFL growth hormone. You a fool. You know, I just feel like when you got a player like Kuntz, what he showed, that's not easy to find. You know, so it's like bring him back and see what happens. They grew his vertebrae. Jay on one about that. Listen, you know, it's modern medicine, whatever they got to do. I don't care. Do you care, really? You don't care.
Nah.
You know? The truth is, what I'll say, if you're not cheating, you're not trying. So you should be giving it your all. That's all. So, I mean, I think that's what it is, guys, right? We talked about kind of what we're going to do. to address what is a kind of huge amount of uncertainty, right? With all the different free agents and stuff on our own team. We talked about that the other day. We kind of looked over these quarterbacks that are, in that next group, maybe with a chance to get into the first round, maybe. Can we look at a different strategy, right? How we go about, you know, um, executing, the off season. And I think as a reward, we should do a mock draft. What do you guys think? Mock draft time?
Shoot it.
All right. So let's get a little PFF. What do you guys think? Is there a favorite mock draft system you guys would prefer to use? If you just put it in the chat.
Yeah, that's the chat. That's the chat question.
So, speak now, forever hold your peace. Is there anyone here that says the PFF shouldn't be the one?
That's usually the one I see going around.
Oh, Nate, that's right.
You don't have to. You don't have to be the authority, but I mean, you can get a guesstimation or educated look at certain things, because you don't determine how good a player is on stats anyway. Really, the stats should be confirmation of the player, because there's a lot of things that there aren't stats for that you would rather have your player do. But whatever, the easiest way to gauge it is statistically. So
yeah, and PFF does a good job at that. So we're gonna go with PFF, y'all. Looks like that's the vote. So Nate, you have to pick your quarterback.
Aaron Rodgers, best value. It's always going to come back to value for me.
There you go. So we have a consensus that's showing up here. He said Courier mock draft and dip. Why y'all hate mock drafting? Now, that's a little early, but it's fun. A little, just get an idea stuff. We're gonna do 2 rounds. Okay, guys. We're gonna do 1 round. I'm not doing the second round yet.
You can do 2. No matter, because you just want to see.
Yeah, I guess who falls.
Somebody could be right.
We'll do 2.
No.
See, being all.
Even 3. Let's do 3. See who drops to the 3rd round. That's where they want to see.
3.
Yeah.
All right, hold on. Let me get in here real quick, y'all. I'll do work. Y'all chat.
That's that money pick, round 3. If you can.
If you could snag something good in 3.
Who dropped? Also, who dropped?
Yeah. But that's what the Raiders need to be. That's where the Raiders need to be looking for their sweet spot at. In that 3rd round. They should be very pointed in this first 2 rounds, but after that, they should try to just snatch up something great. Best player available.
We're definitely not doing any trades. That's in this draft. No trades. We're not accepting trades or doing trades. We're going to pick straight through for now. And then going to see what happens.
Yeah, I don't like the trading shit because it's just not realistic.
Hell no, bro.
It's so
some of this ain't even realistic as far as who's going to, you know what I mean? But it can be entertaining. That's all.
No, yeah, definitely.
So we're going to do a little share-rations, guys, and let's draft, okay?
Exactly, Tony.
So let's start this bad boy. Tennessee's on the clock. All right, let's see what happened here. There's no way Bill Carter makes it to 5th. Come on, guys. All right, Cam Ward goes first. Travis Hunter
To who?
to the
Titans.
Tennessee Titans. Travis Hunter
See
to
that?
Cleveland, and then Shador
Damn.
goes to New York. Tet
Damn.
goes to New England, and Jacksonville takes Abdul Carter.
Mason Graham, Raiders.
Mason Graham is there.
Yeah.
What you say, Black Graham?
Well, who the Raiders
Yeah,
gonna
we
pick?
have Graham, Genty, Will Campbell. Look at the it's still up
Will
there.
Johnson.
Will Johnson is
What's that
there.
corner?
Yeah.
What's that corner in
Will
Michigan?
Johnson.
Will Johnson.
Yeah, that's who.
What you say?
I'm okay with either. I like Graham though better. But
So I like Will Johnson, so we're gonna go Will Johnson. Guys.
all right.
I feel like it's higher positional value and need.
We need
All right,
corner.
so
I understand.
although both of them are good picks, right? So let's kind of
Graham's a monster. Graham's a monster. We're gonna be mad. We're gonna be mad that we passed on him.
A lot of people would be in this scenario. He would go 13th, and is he not the first interior defender taken? No, he is.
There's some other guys that have been climbing up. So
Nolan, Mississippi. So that's one like if there's guys climbing up, Kenneth Grant is 21st here. So a lot of defensive interior players going 20s, late teens. So in this scenario, right, we got the 2 first-round quarterbacks. That is it. Okay. Then Amaro Hampton. So maybe we're interested in a running back is gone. But let's see who's left, right? Campbell, Revel, back.
The Ohio State quarterback or running backs.
I don't see him.
They're gone.
Let's see. Scatabo's there.
Yeah, he's like 5th round, no?
Yeah, I don't think so. Well, this is PFF, so they're gonna have him rated higher.
Yeah.
Sampson, Johnson.
He's dope. I like him. I hope we do get him.
Judkins, there he is. He's available.
That's
Was he number 1 though?
Emmer Henderson, I think it was.
Dylan Gabriel is available there too.
That's in the second round.
Second round, yeah. So, what say you, Black? Where'd you go here?
What, second round? Probably the quarterback from so we got the corner already, and so probably the quarterback from Ohio
State.
Yeah.
What would you do here, Nate?
I like running back.
Judkins?
Yeah, either him. Yeah, I think running back.
Okay.
Or what tackles are available right now?
Tackles, there should be a few options here. There's also going to be some really good guards here available. Let's see.
I think second round's probably too early for a guard, but maybe.
They paying them now, bro. They get paid. Let's save you some money. That's for damn sure. Okay, so there's been a run on tackles a little bit here.
Yeah.
We're into kind of the third roundy guys, don't you think?
Yep.
Yeah, all the top guys are kind of gone. Let's look at the guards, though. See if we got anybody, because we really do need guards, guys.
Yeah, they're expensive in free agency too. It's
right. So we may not get one that's like, one of the top. Man, it's like Booker and then drop it off. So, a case for drafting O-line in the first round?
Let's see DT.
Tackles. Damn, they had to run on tackles while you're going to be disappointed. Let's see. Yeah. TJ Sanders is there.
Sanders is nice, but nah.
Yeah. I like Williams from Ohio State.
I don't like him. I did not like him.
You don't? Why?
No. I just didn't see any real moves.
Nah, he's more like a power.
Yeah,
Yeah, for sure.
He's too small too to be power.
Okay,
So it's
that's
just like
fair.
he's a tweener.
Little bit, yeah. But
Um,
that's second round.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Um, yeah. So what you want to do, man? You gotta make a choice. Chat, what y'all got?
Well, go to the QBs real quick. Let me.
He said, "Is Dart gone? Running back." Okay, so let's look at QBs. Yeah,
Yeah, let's see the running backs too.
let's see. QBs. Gabriel's there. All the quarterbacks besides Milrow, Howard, Leonard, Dart,
Yeah, they're looking good.
Lee, who
Third,
should not
fourth.
be named, Kyle McCord, Rourke, Tyler Shuck, which I was talking about,
Mm-hmm.
Brady Cook, which I was told about. So yeah, a lot of quarterbacks here. If
So
you want a
RB,
quarterback, tell me who it is.
check RB one time.
Mm-hmm. Maybe it's a receiver. Here, guys, we need a receiver. Let's see.
Nah,
Scatterbo, Dylan Sampson.
I like Sampson.
Yeah,
He's shifty.
fast. Caleb Johnson, Trayvon Henderson,
I like
Judkins.
Henderson. That's who I want.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
would say running back Henderson. So your vote is Henderson. We got to vote for Will Rogers, right? Oh, I'm sorry, Will Howard.
Howard, yeah.
Yeah. I agree with that. So we're going Will Howard, guys. Sorry.
Samson.
Will Howard. He's a Raider. So you have Will, and then
I might write that out.
with the first third round pick, let's look around. Guess who's still there? Henderson.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say you.
Yep, that's who I want.
Me
Yeah,
too.
me three. No, Dart's not gone, Tony, but we made a decision. All right, so we also are getting his running back to go right with him. And we're not done in the third, guys. One more time. So what do we do now? We got the corner, quarterback, running back.
You gotta go defense now.
You could.
Man, you got to.
Tez Johnson, huh? Interesting. All right. So if we're going defense, what are we doing? Because I mean, who's left this late in the third round? Let's see. We already went corner. What edges are left? Stewart's there.
What linebacker?
Linebacker. Interesting. All right. Let's look at the stand-up linebacker. We can actually start drafting those in the third round. No, not edge, no. Let's clear that up, guys. Try again. So, linebacker. Oof.
Nah.
Yeah, Jack Kaiser just too soon. Yeah, no linebackers worth drafting here. I don't think.
No YNs? You ain't got no
Well,
YNs?
no. Then let's see. We got no edge players.
We need some
We got no
YNs.
edge players. We got no LB.
We need some YNs that wear number 0 and shit like that. That's what we need.
Hey, Lions be active.
Hey, no, for real though. We're number 9. You know what I'm
You're like,
saying?
how you play that?
Doing them dances that you don't like. doing the handshakes you don't know what the hell they doing. Yeah, we need a couple of them YNs.
Okay. Playing video games. Yeah.
Yeah.
We need some add some of that.
We don't need a team full of them. We just need a
Yeah,
couple.
a couple acting up.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Maybe we can add some safety.
Nah, we got safeties on the roster. We got Trey Tucker back there. I think we got
To me, like I feel like we just need to go ahead and add a receiver, bro.
Good.
Like
I don't think there's anybody there.
Make him a YN
listen,
too.
I think that Ted Johnson is getting slept on, guys. That dude fast.
Whoever you pick.
He fast. 165. That's the problem. But,
Oh no,
he ain't
nigga.
really 165 no more.
I don't care if he 185. That's too much weight for him already.
5'10", you know?
For him, that boy gonna run a 4.5.
No. He's more like better than that. So, I don't know. Last pick. We end up with a receiver or something, right? Whatever. I think if we can come out of the draft with that kind of situation where we get like the quarterback in the second round, we get like a great corner in the first round, we get the running back, right? And then the question becomes, what do you kind of do with that next third? I don't think that's too bad. You know what I mean? So, we'll see. But we did a little mock draft. Look at that. Uh-oh. We lost somebody. Nate? Anybody got that?
You gotta get the YNs that be playing boss man D-Lo.
We could let's go straight like prison yard, right? Start collecting some
No. That's the pre-prison one.
They went to like juvie. You know what I'm saying? At least once or twice.
Right.
So
Like if he don't do good in NFL, watch out.
listen, where I'm from, juvie be shit. Juvie be worse than regular fucking jail. Like they say, like young vipers are more dangerous because they give all the poison. They don't know how to like regulate. It's all of it.
Mm-hmm.
Something like that.
I can see that.
Something like that. So here we are. We did the mock drafty thing. What y'all think? Could it shake down like that? Could Henderson be available in the third round for us? And if so, why the hell would you take Genty at 6?
To make sure nobody else get him.
Okay. Well, I'll continue to wait for that explanation of what is making. I want to hear somebody that believes that dude is generational, right?
Mm.
And that can explain to me what that means, right? Thanks for coming through me. Anytime, buddy. Salute anytime, for sure. I don't know, like what is the cause of the generational talk with that guy? I don't get it, and maybe I'm just not going to, But I would like to hear from somebody that felt differently. But if we get out of this draft with that kind of haul, right? I think it's good. There's some things. I like Howard. He led the Big Ten in like big time throws, right? Like 22 big time throws. So he's like pushing the ball down the field a little bit, right? He seems calm in the pocket. And he is like a real dual threat. You know what I mean? I'm not done with the scouting. I think I've looked at 2 games. The Michigan game, he lost. And then the first Oregon game, which he lost. So that's telling me something, right? He lost those games, so like, it's pretty good. So we'll see. But he does have a leg up. So conversation has been started. We'll see what happens. Right. J-Dog says trade back to somebody who wants Genty, then grab O-line immediately. He just saw the same thing I saw. The O-line stuff is going to go quick. So if we don't handle that in free agency, that's going to put us behind the barrel. We need to handle it in free agency. I don't think we want to go into the draft needing O-line. It's just don't look good. Right? So, any other comments you want to make, Black, before we get up out of here?
No. I don't know why my camera kept going out tonight.
Yeah,
It underperformed.
It did. One more thing about Howard. I like how he reacts to being blitzed. He does well against the blitz. He doesn't like freak out. He performs better. He processes quick, makes decisive throws. So it tells me that he's going to continue to improve that way going down the road. That's just my 2 cents. Does Manning come out next year? Cowboys might call us from number 6 pick. They might try to get Genty, which would be cool. Pick up something, trade back, and still get one of the top guys we like. Does Manning come out? No. Manning's don't come out.
He already said he's not.
Huh?
He already said he's not.
Yeah, I don't see why he would come out next year because like that's his first year starting, and he's a Manning. So probably not.
Right.
Maybe. I mean, did Eli play all 4 years of Ole Miss? That's a good question. But I mean, he definitely wasn't 1 year, so I don't see that. I think he might be waiting 2 more years before the whole having opportunity at Manning. So people are kind of getting ahead of themselves to tank for Manning or next year be Manning. Yeah. So, yeah. One more question. Tony says, would you pay the KC lineman? Yeah, go back and look at the last episode. We talked about all the different free agencies, players top 5 at the position and what I would do. He had opinions from all kind of different people. I would like to bring.
Good luck.
And we have someone who believes that there's no way that he would go to the Raiders because he played for Kansas City. I think there's a history. So we tend to sign each other's players sometimes. Yeah, I think next we will talk about the cap. We're gonna dig into free agency a little bit more. Look at different positions in free agency. Corner, the big one, right? I touched on it the other day. And we're gonna put an article up for people to read, especially if you want to join Patreon, like my boy Raider Ryan, right? I think the corner position is something we probably need to address before the draft as well. So, yeah. Never take. I don't know what this means. Interesting. But yeah, I think a little bit of discussion about how the cap works so that we're not just talking about all the different players under the sun. Although, with as much money as the cap has changed, I don't know if you guys realize that there's going to be more money in the cap than they were anticipating.
Another 20 million or something, 22 million.
Yeah, it's actually pretty significant. So I'm going to look at the exact number. Hold on a second. I wrote it. That's right here.
That's another player.
It is. Yeah. Yeah, there's just some really good quarterbacks, corners in free agency. I think we should take a shot at. So we'll talk about that. But we're gonna have something, well north of $100 million.
How much?
More than $100 million. And that's before we, start messing around with people's contracts. So
we're gonna need every dollar.
It's one of those things where it's like, well, since we have this money just laying around, can we have some nice things? Can I have a Trey Smith? Right? Why not? Maybe I can get a DJ Reed or something. No? So let's see how they spend this money, but I think they're gonna spend it. Right? First time here. Yeah, Tony, you awesome, man. Subscribe. Come on back. Y'all come back now, you hear? All right, y'all. You know what I say. Stay positive. Because, boy, they're going to try to do the other thing to you. Right? What else you going to do? Read in between the lines. That's where it's all at. They ain't going to tell you plainly. Read. It's right there, in between. And then stay hot. Good night now.